Hello students, how are you? Hope that you all are fine. In today class we are going in the previous class, In the previous class we have discussed the concept of staffing and we have also discussed the sources of recruitment. In today class we are going for the selection. What do you mean by word selection? As the name suggesting, selection means selecting the most suitable and promising candidates for the post and eliminate the least promising candidates to fill up the vacant position. Just recruitment is a positive or a positive process. It stimulates the candidates prospective employees to apply in the organization or the firm or in the business, but selection is a negative process. In this process, in this process, what is done? In this process, the most promising candidate is selected and all other candidates or candidate is eliminated to fill the vacant position. So selection is a negative process while the recruitment is a positive process. There is are the steps or there is a process of selection. Before, in the last class we have also taken the example of the manager or of a job, teacher job. Suppose you are the principal of the school and you have to select a candidate. So first of all you recruitment, start the process of recruitment. Then what will you do? Yes, you will go through the process of selection. When you will get the resumes, you will do the preliminaries select screening of them. Then selection test will be taken. Then an interview is selecting candidate is taken. Selection test, then employment interview, then reference is checked. I will tell you one by one. Then selection decision, then medical exam, job offer and contract of an employment. Now consider yourself as the principal of the school, or consider you as the manager of the firm, or consider you as a HR manager of the firm. So how will you start the process of selection? The first well will you screen the all the applications you have received, and you will check the qualification and other required uh, degrees or documents, which is there is a screening committee which will examine, which will check these papers primarily basis, on the basis of primarily basis, and a list of candidate to be called for the employment test. After when the list is prepared, then the all the candidates are called for the test, and test is only for the suitable candidates. Unsuitable candidates are rejected in the first step or in the first step of the process. The second one is selection test. There are the different types of tests. I will discuss these tests later on the class, not in this class, because in today class we will take only process of this test. If the time is here, then we'll discuss the selection test. So what are the purpose of test? The purpose of the test to check the intelligence, to check the learning, to check the capacity, to check the reactions, to check the knowledge of the trade, to check the interest or pattern, to involvement of the persons. So different types of tests are conducted in this process. The first one is the screening of the documents. The second one is the test. Different types of tests are taken. The purpose of the test to check the intelligence level. The purpose of the test to check the knowledge. The purpose of the test to check the skill of the prospective or the employees which are selected after the screening. Next one, when the test is taken, now you are the manager, you have the responsibility to take the interview. What you know interview, what do you mean interview? Face to face. Yes, face to face conversation is called the interview. The what is the purpose of interview? The purpose of the interview to select the suitability of the candidate. The purpose of the interview to seek the more information about the candidates, which informations cannot be collected in the first or second stage. These informations can be collected in the face to face interview. And in this the picture and the candidates, an accurate picture of job with the details is done in the purpose of interview. Next one is a reference, a check. Students, one thing I want to clear: whenever a resume is submitted, the employer makes an investigation to the reference of the applicant. In every resume or any biodata, every biodata, there must be two or three references given. Reference means he in the we have to give the name of two or three famous person or person at the higher post, by which we can check the family background, past employment or police record and other education purpose. So reference, the first one is screening, second one is test, third one is interview, fourth one is reference checking, next one is selection decision. When the candidate clears the test, interviews and reference checking, then he is selected for the next process, and on the merit basis he goes for the or she goes for the medical or physical examination, where a medical expert appointed by the organization do the physical examination. He check whether he is proper for the job, whether is fit for the job. This physical fitness is checked on the basis if is there any shortcomings, then the he is again can be go his candidature can be cancelled in that case. Next one is the job offer. What happened in the job offer? Yes, when the medical examination is cleared, when the medical process is completed, then the job offer is given to the employee by giving him a appointment letter, in which all the terms and conditions, pay scale are given in this appointment letter. Next one is when the appointment is done, then a contract of the employment is made. Contract is made. In this, all the conditions were given. After the acceptance, both employer and employees given the yes, contract, the terms and conditions, pay scale, leave rules, hours of work, mode of termination of employment is given in this contract of employment. In this way, all the 8 steps relating to selection process is done. I am repeating again: preliminary screening, selection test, employment interview, reference checking, selection decision, medical examination, job offer, and contract of employee. Thank you, students. One thing is left, I know that is type of tests, uh, interview test, sorry, type of test we will discuss in our later on classes. Thank you, students. Wow, only one thing, one more question is given here. Nishant wants to set a unit in rural areas where people have very few jobs opportunities and labor is available at a low cost. For he wants 4 different heads: sales, accounts, purchase and production. He give an advertisement and shortlist some candidates. After conducting selection test, identify and state the 3 steps for choosing best candidates. So after the shortlisted candidate means in which he had taken the written test and screening process have been done. So he will, what will he do? Next step, he will conduct the interview, he will check the reference and selection decision will be made. In this way, Nishant will choose the next candidates or 4 different head for the sales, account, purchase. In this way, we have completed the process of selection. Thank you, students. Thanks a lot.